Hey everybody, Bill Flipper here, and I wanted to say again and make a little bit longer of a video. Thank you for the 500 subscribers. This channel kind of started out as a kind of a plan to highlight Amazon information, maybe like some entrepreneur stuff. I'm gonna put my finger over the light; it's kind of distracting, but and it's also kind of transformed into kind of like just a look at daily what we're doing and just having fun with my son. So I don't know. You could have found it for numerous things, but we're kind of centering on just like having fun, giving as much Amazon information or entrepreneurship information as possible. I'm really growing the channel and having fun while we're doing it. Um, so we'll be working a lot on doing Q4, just having fun with it. And I was going to do a video a little bit about like a day in my life. So if I have my son, so normally I have my days kind of cut. I'll kind of give you a week breakdown, especially remember I'm a single parent, like full time. So he's 6, he's in first grade. So, and I have him every other weekend and every single day during the week. So she sees him for about 4 days a month. Um, so during school days, it's pretty easy. A lot of those days, I either do some RA, I source on OA, and then Wednesdays or Mondays, I get on FBA shipment. So, and then sometimes the weekends I don't have him, I try to get out a second FBA shipment. So every 2 weeks also. So, I try to cut it up. Like I'll know what I need to do. Like if I have a FBA shipment going out, a lot of times I'll organize like an RA trip right before it. And I have, a niece that helps me do that and a brother. So, and my brother helps out a lot. So, and then I'll have like house things. So I kind of like when you have a kid, I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to work better on time management, but, currently I kind of do things as they come up. So like I said, I my schedule is pretty flexible because you always have something coming up. He does jujitsu, he does wrestling starting up in November. So I have 2 nights a week on jujitsu, one night a week on Cub Scouts. So, everything, something's always coming up, something maybe he gets sick. So, like I said, so let's just say a normal week, one day RA, and plus, like, you have to do the normal grocery trip, probably 2 days OA sourcing. And it really just depends because I did a lot this weekend because I didn't have them. Walgreens had the huge sale, and now Nike has that 20% off sale going on. So I spent a ridiculous amount of money. Well, I don't know, a ridiculous for my small business. So, I probably won't have to source as much. I'll keep looking around at the Nike sale, but I've noticed this. This is a tip if you made it this far. Nike sales, this is my opinion, they raise prices as the day goes on. I've definitely seen it happen. Whether or not that's a normal thing, but I've seen items where they were like $20 with 20% off, and by the end of the sale, they were like they were full price, like $35 with 20% off. So, if you see something, and plus they sell out a lot. Also, they restock. Usually, it's limited stock. So, like I'm not sure if they find 10 in a warehouse somewhere or whatever, but it's good if you found a listing and it's sold out or you bought the last 5 units, you might as well if you're sourcing again, check that again. Check those that same listing again, maybe the next day or right before the sale ends, because it's not super uncommon that it will sometimes restock. So especially with those sales, those are two things that are kind of like pro tips I found. But then during the weekend, like when I have them both weekends, we pretty much just do what he wants to do. It's much harder to work those days. Um, it is, it is much more. I get a little bit of work done at night, and part of this is, I get him up at, like I said, 6:50. He's into walking to school, even though we live like 10 blocks away. But what are you gonna do? So I walk him up. I pick him up after school. But so basically, my work thing is I work super, super hard the 2 weekends I don't have him. I work really hard when he's in school, and and then I stay up till I put him to bed at like 8:30, and then I have to stay up till midnight working. So it's a lot of work, but then the plus side is when I have him, he almost does get a lot of my undivided attention. Certainly, like sometimes a sale will pop up and I'll put on a show or give him his tablet and say, hold on, I got to chill for 2 hours. But then after that, I'll do some in depth sourcing, like this sale is hot and things are going out of stock. Well, I have to take that time out. You know what I mean? There's no choice there because if I can spend 2 grand and make $1,000 in 2 hours, that's really a no brainer. So, but like I said, it's when you're there, you gotta give them your undivided attention. But like I said, a lot of days I will check the sales. Um, after school, my mother lives near me, so we go there. We have dinner. She makes dinner, which is awesome. Like I said, usually we just chill out there for a while. Um, and come back here and we prepare for the night and then do it all over again. During summer, he was supposed to go to this summer camp, but like he ended up not wanting to go. It was like a daycare summer camp with field trips. So next year I definitely will. But so I was really really busy with him this year. I didn't get as much work done, and so like I said, we're prepping for Q4. So this is kind of like, hey, I really got to take time for the business because so many sales happen now, and I don't know if anybody's watching this video this far. I don't know anybody who is, but you know what? I'm putting it out there. It is how to balance your life, and the answer is balancing your life if you're dealing with a relationship or single parenting or even just having a social life while you're in college running a business, or if you're doing both those things. The answer is often try to allot your time. I haven't found the answer. So if you have an answer, let me know. Drop in the comments, send me a DM on Instagram. If you found the answer, let me know because I haven't found it yet. But I because in most things in life, the truth is the structured schedule will not work. And I was listening to Atomic Habits. Everyone recommended this book. I never listened to it, read it. I probably should read it. I'm going to be honest here. I'm probably going to listen to it. I was listening to the Cliff Notes, and it was such a great point the guy made that if you schedule like I'm going to source 10 a.m. Monday till noon. If something comes up, have a backup. Be like, okay, if it doesn't happen 10 a.m. Monday till noon, I'm going to do it Tuesday morning, 8 to 10. So because life happens. Like, what am I supposed to do if I get a call? Oh, you got to pick up your kid or you're sick, or I feel sick. I have to go to the doctor's, or something else comes up. Certainly, emergencies or things happen. And having the ability to then have that backup plan, be like, okay, it didn't happen today, but I already have my backup plan to go do this the next day. So I really like that book, the little bit I was reading on developing small habits, and it's certainly something I would implement. But like I said, you just have to have time there. I set it aside. One thing and another thing is I work really hard, and things that frustrate me are I know I could be doing it better and smarter. So it's something like I said, I've been working on. I'm really going to check that book out and a few other ones on a little bit more productivity because I am I don't know if I like structure or not. I guess I am naturally unstructured but don't mind structure. So I'm certainly going to check the book out. And like I said, there should be the problem is with Amazon, this is the truth. If I tell you source every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What if there's an awesome 1 day sale on Tuesday? Well, you're going to source that day. Well, what, don't source that day because I sourced Monday? I mean, that doesn't make sense either. So there is a lot of, I'm assuming I've never run another business, but I'm assuming this is a structure with all businesses. Things pop up. You're putting fires out, the proverbial saying, things pop up and you got to, figure things out. So, like I said, your schedule has to be flexible, but I think as long as you're marching towards the goal, all those things. So, like I said, Amazon sellers live a very strange, where it is a business, but it also is like I said, it's a very it can be very unstructured. And when you introduce structure, it's probably the best thing. But that structure, especially with kids or especially with a relationship, it has to be somewhat flexible. It can't be concrete, in my opinion, because it just doesn't work. Something will. And the truth is, in the end, The truth is, like I said, I'm going to make sacrifices this Q4. There's no way around it because the sacrifices make sense. Like there will be time that I would much rather spend with him or go do things with him, whereas will just not work. Maybe I'm doing merchant fulfilled, maybe I'm doing sourcing. There's no way around it because the other side is I got to pay rent, I got to pay a car bill, and I certainly have to pay for our food. So there's no way around it. I can make tons of money now, so I'll make that sacrifice. And then, like I said, the answer to that is always make it up. Make it up double when you can. But there's sometimes you just can't do it. So that's all I have for today. Mostly this was a thing of, there's much more to come. We're going to keep doing videos, whether you're here for Amazon or my son's shorts or just life advice from a guy who kind of, sort of, maybe has it figured out, I suppose. Let me know if you can reach out on Instagram. That's better. We're gonna try to post there a little bit more. I really like YouTube. I don't know why I like long form, just thinking, but apparently shorts do really well too. So I'm kind of learning the whole game. I hope everyone has an amazing day. It's Sunday, October 8th. We're in PA. Have an amazing, amazing week, and we'll see you next time. See ya.